Happiness. What is happiness? A lot of people search for it, spend a lot of money. They try drugs, alcohol, sex, thinking that this will produce real happiness, but it doesn't. There's an emptiness, a vacuum that's in their life. Well, I want to share with you the truth tonight about happiness.
We've had a reputation of winning here at Appalachian State.
And the Mountaineers reach the mountain.
We've won 3 national championships and some big games along the way. One of our biggest wins was against a national powerhouse, a team that's got a rich tradition.
The Mountaineers of Appalachian State have just beat the Michigan Wolverines in the Big House.
The Appalachian State University football team knows what it feels like to win. But head coach Jerry Moore is also intimately acquainted with failure.
I grew up in Bonham, Texas. My whole life was centered around athletics. I knew at the end of my sophomore year I wanted to coach.
Jerry's dream came true, and he eventually took the head coach position at Texas Tech.
The Texas Tech job is the only job that I did not pray about. I did not seek God's will in going to Texas Tech. I wanted to go to Texas Tech. I wanted to be the coach at Texas Tech. Texas Tech was hard. I probably worked harder than I've ever worked in my life. And I got fired in 1985. You got to remember now, from the time I was a sophomore in high school, which is a 20-something year period. Now, that's all I've wanted to do. And all of a sudden, a guy tells you, we don't want you. And I'd literally cry myself to sleep at night. I mean, I'm talking about sobbing crying, not tears.
After 18 months away from coaching, Jerry was offered a volunteer position at the University of Arkansas.
We had 3 children in college, 5 car payments, 5 apartment payments, and he wanted me to be a volunteer coach. And I'm thinking to myself, this guy's got to be crazy.
And we prayed about it, and we knew Jerry's calling was to be a coach, and that God was going to provide for that.
But Jerry found that he would gain more than just another chance at coaching in Arkansas.
Well, I was one of those guys that I was in church regularly, and it was almost just attendance. It wasn't growing. I began to read and study my Bible more, and I learned what Jesus Christ really meant and what he really had done in my life. And, I knew, but I didn't really put it in the right spot in my life. I mean, priority-wise. My spiritual life grew more in those few months than probably any other phase in my life.
Before long, Jerry received an unexpected phone call from Appalachian State University in North Carolina.
I didn't know where Appalachian was. I couldn't pronounce it, couldn't spell it, and I didn't know what kind of football they played.
Jerry was offered the position of head coach.
Margaret and I prayed about the situation at Appalachian State, and we decided to take the job.
For the last 18 years, Coach Jerry Moore has led the ASU Mountaineers to countless victories and multiple national championships. But with all of their success in the 1AA division, the Mountaineers seemed to have little chance when they faced off against the Division 1A, 5th-ranked University of Michigan.
I said, man, this is an opportunity game. Our players got excited about it. Our fans got excited about it. Michigan had never played a 1AA school.
6 seconds left. It's a ball game play right here.
Golly.
The snap's good. The hold. The kick. Oh! The kick is. Oh! The Mountaineers of Appalachian State have just beaten the Michigan Wolverines in the Big House.
I don't think God cared who won the Michigan Appalachian State game. But I know one thing, he cared about every player on both those teams. And all 107,000 people were there, and everybody that watched that ball game. That was the number one thing.
Coach Moore is a great man. I mean, he just promotes that, playing football is great, but having your life spiritually right with the Lord is, what life's all about.
Coach Moore is constantly talking about building the lives of young men. Coach Moore has given his experience of how he found happiness in the Lord. We try to direct the guys that happiness is found in Jesus. It's found in a personal relationship with him. It's not found in just attending Bible study or even just attending church, but it's found in a personal relationship with Jesus Christ.
The bottom line is Coach Moore want to make a difference in these young men's lives, and Coach Moore try to get these young men to see that success comes through loving Jesus Christ. Success comes through knowing the peace and having peace in your heart. Happiness is not in winning games. Happiness is being a winner in life. Happiness is pursuing a relationship with Jesus Christ. And, you know, you look at a lot of successful people, but they're really not happy because they don't have that relationship in their life. They don't have that peace in their life.
I know that my life is secure no matter what happens. Christ has given me a sense of confidence more than anything else. And I know Christ is there for me. I don't care what the circumstances are. Life's temporary at the best. And you want to be absolutely sure about your salvation. There's no question in my mind that of all the decisions you're going to make in your life, accepting Jesus Christ into your heart, control your life, it's the most important decision that any person will ever make in their life.
Jerry is one exciting man. I've known him for many years, even had the privilege of baptizing him in a pond on my farm back a few years ago. I've watched Jerry, and one thing I appreciate about Jerry, whether he wins or loses, he's the same. And the reason he has this peace and this calm, even when he's in the middle of a storm, is because of his relationship with Jesus Christ. Well, you can have that same relationship. You can have that peace, that joy, that secret to happiness by giving your life to Christ. Call that number right now that's on the screen. We have someone who would like to speak with you, pray with you. Do that right now.